So I recently wrote a book, and one of the things that I thought was the most important thing was to also record an audio version of the book. I listen to a lot of books, and I can't stand it when it's narrated by the person who didn't actually write the book. I feel like there's an opportunity for people to really dig deeper, and that was something that I really wanted to do. And so over the last month, I've been recording it. And while I'm at the studio, this is a picture of it here, my phone rings. And I was like, all right, like, who's calling me? And I picked it up, and it was a sales call from someone that I wasn't expecting, and it annoyed me. 5 minutes later, Jesse, the guy sitting down, he's the audio engineer, he also gets a call from a salesperson trying to sell him something. It happens a lot. And instead of us thinking, oh, that's a really positive scenario, it's actually a really negative one. My wife and I bought a house a few months ago, and I was installing a dog door in our back door so that my dog Ashbrook could go outside and roam the world and be the champion that he is. And on this random like Tuesday or Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, I get a knock on the door, and I'm like, okay, like, who is this? And I was like, you know what? Cutting this, anyone ever have to cut a hole out of a door to install a dog door? They're not easy to do. This whole ordeal took like 4 hours. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it, I'll get to it later. 90 seconds later, I get another knock on the door, and I'm like, so I pull up like my security system app, and I was like, okay, like it's a person, he looks friendly, it's probably my neighbor trying to sell, give me a lasagna or a salad or brownies, welcoming to the neighborhood. I was like, I'm pumped. So I go to the door, and he goes, hello, are you the homeowner? And I said, oh, I've been had. Here's the thing, he was selling me security. There's a sign when I walk out to the front door that basically says, this is my security company that I'm already using. He still knocked on the door. He then, over and over, 6 times, would not leave. He kept pushing and pushing. And the thing is this, is that not only was it late at night, 8 o'clock, you know, that's late for us people, he came to my house. Like, I respect the hustle, but I wasn't welcoming him. I didn't want him to be there, and he wouldn't leave. And I get it, times are tough. Like, respect the hustle, but like, he annoyed me. And now I'm talking about him in a negative way instead of a positive way. It's kind of like a call center, right? You get all these calls from people, and at the end of the day, you're like, all right, like, why does this person keep calling me? Negative, negative, negative. Here's the thing. A lot of us, when we're marketing to businesses, copy the strategies that our competitors are doing across the street. I don't think our competitors are the person that does the exact same thing that we do. I think that's who we intuitively think it is, but I think most people aren't waking up going, am I gonna buy a Coke or a Diet Coke, or a Coke or a Pepsi, right? That's not what you're competing against. You're competing against the stadium of people. You're competing against the 5,000 ads that you see a day, right? So the Super Bowl was a few weeks ago. 72 different ads were aired during the Super Bowl, right? You're not competing against your competitor. You're competing against the 72 other spots. And so we have to start thinking, oh, I don't care that my competitor does this. I should copy or start doing the same thing that they're doing because it appears that it's doing well. I need to make sure that I can be seen first. Because if you can't be seen, it doesn't matter how great whatever you're selling is, you'll never get there. And so you have to do things that are out of the ordinary, like the Blue Duck. Any of you guys ever been to a Chamber of Commerce event? Everyone look the same? Anything in here stand out? Lady in red, okay, one person. Good for her. Like, most people there, they leave and they feel like this. Right? It's not exciting, nothing stands out. You have to do something that is ridiculous. Remember, 5,000 different ads a day. You're competing against that, not whatever Joe's service business across the street is selling. That's not what you need to worry about. So you have to figure out ways that you can be unique. Something I call the Zack Miller way. It's jeans and a black t-shirt. Today I'm rocking the brand new jean jacket look. Everyone expect me to wear jeans and a black t-shirt and that's it. But I decided to spice it up. Here's the jacket that all of you guys always wanted me to wear, but I did it in my kind of way. Again, 5,000 different ads a day. What's gonna make you stop? What's gonna make you stop when you're scrolling on Facebook? What makes you stop? I don't know, goats? Baby goats jumping around? So cats, right? Cat memes, right? That was, in my opinion, that was the best introduction out of everyone's. That's the one that I'll remember, right? Because everyone else pitched something and no one wanted to hear that. Here is homeboy selling you cat memes, and that's what I will remember him from. And so he's the memorable one, right? You stole my thunder. I'm sitting here going, oh man, I'm definitely gonna be the one person that doesn't pitch. You kind of pitched, and then you went to cat meme guy. I would have done just cat meme guy, because you have to be that thing that stands out. So what can you do to stand out? I think it's very important to think about strategies that aren't heavy uses of technology and cost basically less than the price of, I don't know, a Happy Meal at the Golden Arches, right? We always forget about the low-hanging fruit. Always. We're always like, oh, what can I find that's out there when we already have all these relationships in our back pockets? So this thing that I call just say hey is when you're in a room like this, don't just show up, create a ton of different relationships. And don't ask for that business that day, because there's this game. The game goes like this. No one buys from you until your 7th encounter anyway, so why should you try to sell them on that first date? Right? If my wife was here, she wouldn't want me to tell you this story, but it took me 3 months to get her to even go on a date with me. I was resilient over and over and over again. Should have been longer. But I learned, thanks Paul Dockery, I'll tell you said that. I learned in that scenario that I had to be persistent and also send her a picture of my dog. And apparently that's all which is like the cat meme thing. Opening the door for people, like we're introduced to people all the time. We do a really bad job of creating real, genuine relationships with people. And I think those relationships we've already built, and you can build incredible businesses off of that. Think of the Kevin Bacon 6 degrees, 7 degrees, 27 degrees of whatever. It's that concept, right? And so my favorite question at a networking event where everyone is saying, hey, what do you do for a living, right? And you have to hopefully present your elevator pitch immaculately, which we all know doesn't happen, right? Some of us do well, some of us are excited, some of us, the person that we're talking to, don't want to hear that elevator pitch. They just said it because they didn't know what else to say. I like to say this. What are you watching on Netflix? Because again, it's memorable. And if you watch Netflix, maybe you watch Stranger Things. And if maybe you just binge Stranger Things, then we can create that real relationship and we can talk about that thing. If it's not Netflix, maybe it's what's up with the pink pants? That's ridiculous. Do you often, like, ridiculously awesome, right? Salmon, sorry. I'm colorblind. Right, do you, like, someone could say, like, do you always wear a jean jacket? And I could say, no, but maybe I'll continue to. It's about creating real relationships with people, right? And we have the opportunity to do that, and we think that we have to spend $1,000 on a Facebook ad to get that answer when we're not willing to do the little things that actually will stand out and get someone's attention. So 18 months ago, I met Mark at an event of mine, and he works at a design printing agency. We have a great conversation. Afterwards, I send him a card. Basically, it's a handwritten card with my little face logo on it and ZM, and I say, Mark, it was great to meet you. I look forward to talking to you again in the future. That's it. Then, a year goes by, and I decide to release this book. Mark buys a pre-order of the book, gets a copy of the book, and then starts reading it and goes, Zach's always been a really good person to me. What could I do for him? No transactions have ever been done at this point. Mark says, I'm gonna pull out my cell phone, put it on a tripod, and do a daily video review of every chapter in the book. This is why relationships matter, right? So instead of me going, hey Mark, buy my thing, when he probably doesn't want to buy it anyway, which is what the majority of us do. We try to push stuff down people, like the security salesperson, buy this thing, and sometimes we're like, I'll just do it to get this guy out of here. Create a real relationship with that person, And I got 40 videos of this guy talking about how amazing Anomaly is. I also slipped him a couple 20s every day, but that's a different story. That was a joke, no 20s. But when you build a real relationship, people want to do these things out of the kindness out of their hearts, and it's powerful because that means I get into their network, and we forget about that. I think winning is very easy. I think all of us are super lazy. Why are you rolling your eyes? You don't like DJ Khaled? Yeah, sorry. We don't do the little things enough, right? Winning. I need to get the one for the thumb now. This is an older Tom Brady picture. But it's the little things, right? We all have goals. We all want to achieve big things, but we're not willing to put in the work to get there. And it's the little things that absolutely matter. And the little things are what will get people to remember you when it's ready to do that business. And I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I had to put The Rock in there because he's a champ. I don't know if you guys realize this, but it's award season. What I mean by that is basically the first quarter of every year, there's a ton of awards that you can win. So if you're a business, a person, a brand, a personality, whatever, there is probably an award for you to win in this market, in Virginia, in the country, in the world. There's millions of awards that you can win. If you qualify, you should apply, right? And so the thing is this, is that so many people are looking for these free opportunities to be noticed. When you win an award, when you nominate yourself for an award or are nominated for an award, that publication, that media company, that organization will actually start promoting you because your name is on this ballot. And so right now there's all these awards that are up for nominations that if you guys haven't yet, go home tonight and nominate yourselves for these awards. Here's the thing. Most people don't apply and most people won't nominate themselves. So some other Joe Schmo who doesn't deserve it wins and you're like, oh, I can't believe they won. Well, you didn't apply. And so when you understand that it's a game that where it seems like hundreds, maybe thousands of people are applying for some of these awards, actually it's in single figures. So you have a really good opportunity to leverage that other bigger brand than you to get free things from it. Another example of that could be your 1 Hour Cares thing where you're applying for something, right? So it might not be an award, it might be an opportunity for you to get your brand out there where others aren't. So, nominations. Should you sell and promote your nominations? Beyonce, 70-something nominations. She's only won, 13 of those, right? So you have 2 opportunities to sell there. She's a 13 or so, because I always butcher this. Sorry, Beyonce. Don't throw shade at me. 13, she's a 13-time Grammy-winning musician. She's also a 70-time nominated Grammy musician. So if you get nominated for an award and don't win, you could still sell the nomination piece. You're basically just trying to attach yourself to a brand that has clout, right? So let's say you are trying to win the Inside Business Entrepreneur Award, and you come in second place. Yes, it would be great that you win, but you could also say that you were a finalist for the Inside Business Entrepreneur Award. Here's the thing, the people that are looking at your website, listening to this collateral that they see, they're not gonna dig into it and be like, oh, they don't know. They're just putting credibility next to you, which is what you're trying to do, and it's super free. Literally awards for anything. You could maybe be interested in waffle eating contest. That could be your thing. It's fine. Every July 4th, Coney Island does the hot dog eating championship, and some guy eats 70 hot dogs. Joey Chestnut. I knew who it was. I watch it every year. Anyone's birthday recently? Anyone's today? Okay, recently? Okay. It was on Wednesday, like 2 days ago? Okay. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? Okay. Did you wake up and throughout the day get a bunch of happy birthday messages from a lot of people? Yeah. And so you're now becoming one of those ads that everyone sees all day. Right? So what people do is they do the safe bet. They go, I appreciate that people wish you happy birthday, happy birthday. But here's the thing. Everyone does the safe bet. So on that said birthday, what do most people do? They might write happy birthday and the person's name. If you're on LinkedIn, you don't even have to type it out anymore. You can just click a button that says happy birthday. I think they give you 3 options. These are safe and lazy bets. What do anomalies do? Anomalies pull out their cell phone and they go to the person whose text message or a cell phone number that they have, and they shoot a one-to-one message saying, hey, I saw that it's your birthday, happy birthday, hope you're having a great day, and send. I do this all the time, and I know that I am the only person that does this on that day, and it stands out. Now, I'm not, I am. Have you ever done it? All right. Well, we don't have mutual friends, probably. But I know that I'm that one thing. Maybe I'm one of 2, whatever. But I'm the thing that stands out. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find easy ways to stand out. And I'm not doing this to sell them business. I'm genuinely wishing them a happy birthday. That's all that I care about, is keeping that relationship going. So we all have alumni networks. We all are associated with groups, communities, tribes, whatever word you want to do. It might be the school that you went to, the fraternity or sorority that you were in. It might be the soccer moms of Chesapeake or the Bowl America Virginia Beach Club, whatever it might be, right? What we don't do is we don't create greater relationships with those people. So recently I was on, I love podcasts, and recently I was on this podcast, The Blind Entrepreneur Show. And afterwards, I was like, oh, this is interesting. He's had 137 or so guests. I want to reach out and just introduce myself to every single person that's been on this show. I didn't pitch them. I just said, hey, Alex, I was also on the show with you. I liked what you said on your show. Would love to just let you know that I enjoyed your show. And that's it. What you don't realize is like 90% of these people will reply back because they found that you have some sort of commonality. And so when we're looking for things that we have in common with people, this is just a great opportunity to connect with that. So then a few months ago, I get this introduction from Alex. He and I have continued this relationship. We've never done any kind of business together, no transactions. He introduces me to someone else that he wants me to meet, and basically in this email says, Zack is like the most genuine relationship person I've ever met in my life. Again, unsolicited. That's what's the most important thing. If you can create real champions that will then provide unsolicited feedback, this is what you're going for. I'm a little worried no one knows who these 4 ladies are. Again, it's about creating real relationships. What? Oh, too soon. Oh my God. Wait. Who will live forever? Right, but I bet you one of them knew one of the 3 things necessary, or whatever your pitch was earlier. All right, yeah. Got it. So most people are changing their job every 40 months. If you meet someone at a networking event and start pitching to them at month 39 3/4, and then they go to that and they hate you because you just pitched them like they were annoyed, and then they go to this new job, which could have been an absolute home run for you, but you annoyed them instead of creating a real relationship with them, what do you think happens? You tried selling too hard instead of creating a real relationship, and they had 1 week away from you being at that opportunity. And so that's why creating real relationships is so important. Shopping malls charge a lot because people have their wallets out. Most of the time, we don't have our wallets out, so we have to stop thinking that we are. But we also have to realize that we can be in our own driver's seat and can control the conversations so that we get what we want out of them when it's appropriate, but not so that we're constantly selling to people over and over and over again. Create real relationships, control your marketing, and great things will happen. That's it.